Hey there, guys and gals, and hello, my friends. This is your host, Joe, Life with Joseph. It's the 31st of December of 2025, and my Hanai Nathan, who lives in Lane County, Oregon, Reverend 3, and I'll link in the script, made a video about 2 days ago about 35 not really well-known channels, mostly about Oregon, and God love him, he mentioned mine. So I got 74 seconds of Nathan talking about me and my channel. Now he put a lot of work into this, because if you look at the video he used, it's not just from one video. I mean, he searched some of this out. So, and he did the same with the other 34 channels that he repped for here. So God love you, Nathan. You did a damn fine job. So here's the 74 seconds, and I'll come back to it. Well, it's Sunday, and honest to God, I don't know the date, the 20th or 21st or whatever. I'll pip it in. Anyway, Nathan has come by, and we're going to go for a little ride to a few covered bridges.
Okay, so this is a bit of a cheat. Life with Joseph is mostly filmed in Arizona and Southern California now, but a few years ago, Joe used to live in Coos Bay, and he had a lot of Oregon content. It's my list, I make the rules, Joe is in it. Technically, his channel only started 5 years ago, but he has uploaded content going back 10 plus years and has a whopping 1,411 videos. His videos come mainly in three varieties: story time with Joseph, where he tells stories about his life, of which there are many, restaurant reviews, of which there are also many, and tours, often titled as extravaganzas if there will be several days of traveling. I started watching Joe's videos when he was just doing day trips and giving the history of the tiny towns as he went. Joe is a character, and he does not self-censor at all. I knew from the first of his videos I watched that this is a guy I wanted to know more about.
So we'll see what's next. Nathan's pretty spot on. The focus of my channel is probably threefold. My own travels, and I started using the term extravaganza about 4 years ago. The travel started in 2012 when I got back with my wife, the dish, and so you'll see our travels into Winnebago. Then I got sick, some Oregon content when we lived in Coos Bay, our house burned down after the fire, and then she ended up in assisted living, and then home, bedridden, and well, you know the end. Anyway, so I've got travels of us. I went to Europe with people I used to know, as well as to the East Coast, and that's represented. After my wife could no longer travel, I bought a Can-Am Spyder. I got about 90 videos of Spyder rides, and then when I got really too sick to ride that, I just started traveling in the truck. I rented cars. Now I'm traveling in Jolene, so you'll see some different eras of my travel content. Now, I'm going to point out here that Nathan mentioned this too, but you could see in my videos, and I've mentioned this, there's two things. One, the quality of my editing has improved drastically, because now that I've seen other people's content, including Nathan's, it gives me ideas. Okay, I like this, I'm going to start using this. And secondly, the quality of the video. I record in 1080p 60. And some of the stuff from 2012 is ancient, and there's no vibration control, no dampening. So, you know, you see some pretty raw footage, and then you see it improve over time. I started doing the restaurant reviews because I got to thinking, you know, if you're watching my stuff, maybe you don't want to sit through a 3-minute restaurant review. So I started to make these independent. I'd have to look it up. I probably have 100 restaurant reviews. Hell, I don't know. I'd have to look. But so I do the restaurant reviews now separately from whatever the travel vlog is, or the extravaganza. So you'll see those separately. And because I'm mostly by myself or with my brother Charlie, I tend to keep it, introduction, we walk in the place, maybe a pan. I've started to take a still of the food because I can't hold the I'm not happy with the quality. If I take a picture, I could narrate. And I ramble less when I narrate than when I freehand. So, restaurant reviews. Now, the third focus, as Nathan mentioned, is my story times with Yosef. And I've got like 320 story times, a little bit of a commentary about motorcycles, but a lot of stuff that I've done. I've met Reggie Jackson, the baseball player, the Hall of Famer. I've met John Wayne Bobbitt. We met him when we landed at McCarran in Las Vegas. And I've made videos about that. I'll link to both of those too in the description as well. So there's a ton of stuff that I've done. I've talked about things with my brother Kurt, on and on. So that's those are the three main focuses. I'm not monetized, and bluntly, I don't want to be monetized. I do this because I enjoy it. I was making movies when the first big VHS, the camcorder came out. I used a Sony 8mm, and I gotta definitely recommend against using proprietary medium. All that stuff. Didn't make my multiple moves, and I wish I had it, and I don't. I'm also going to comment that my blog got taken down by Google, and all my years of pictures are gone. And that is why I started backing all my content up. I have a 2 terabyte chip in my tablet with all my travel videos, all 1400 plus. I have it backed up on 2 separate 4 terabyte memory cards, SanDisks. So it ain't gonna happen to me again. I lost a bunch of stuff in the fire. So there's content from our travels before I got sick that, I'd like to go back to and film just because. So, that's, I can't think of anything else, so let me think of a close. My short bio is I'm 65. I've been retired for 12 years this month. My wife of the dish passed away a year ago, May. Chico passed away a couple of years ago. He was her soul dog. I talk about all that. I have Dude now, and it's just Dude and I. I'm not monetized, and I never want to be monetized. I do this because I enjoy it, and I want to remember where I go and what I do and what it looked like. And if you guys are over here from Nathan's a plug, or you just wander by, well, by God, I hope you like what you see and you watch a few more. Maybe you'll even subscribe and give me a thumbs up. So I think that's about it. I'm a retired Teamster. I was in the union. I worked for the San Jose Mercury News for 27 years, which has allowed me to retire at 53 and live the life that I wanted to live. My wife was a retired 911 dispatcher for Alameda County, and she retired just a couple of months before I did. She came home really upset. Somebody had threatened her, kind of, sort of, not allegedly. I believe my wife, and nobody would take paper on it. And my wife was so irritated. I looked at her and I said, "You have your 20 years, right?" She says, "Yeah." I said, "You have health insurance, right?" And she says, "Yeah." Then, why are you even going back? We have the money to cover until your pension starts. Just call them on the phone, say you're not coming back. And by God, we did just that. So, and that's when we went on the 5-week trip, which I'll also link to in the description. So, I think that's about it for the channel and why I'm here and why I'm what I'm doing. I've never been afraid of the movie camera. I am going to say that I do have ADHD, and I've talked about that. And when you watch my content, you see my head shaking and I lock up like that. That's Tourette's. I've had it my whole life. I got diagnosed when I was in Coos Bay. It was a life-changing experience to know why I'm how I am and what has driven some of my more nonsensical decisions. So, but I own them. I own everything I've ever said or done. It's not an excuse, it's an explanation, and I own it. So we're going to close with this. This is your host, Joe, Life with Yosef. Thank you for coming by. I hope you watch. I hope you like and subscribe. Thanks again to Nathan for the plug. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you. May Freya guide you on the hunt, show you favor on the hunt, now and in the afterlife, through a field so soft and green. And we'll see you for the next one.